Government of Karnataka, Department of Collegiate Education. Hello, dear students. Myself, Khalil, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce. Course BBM, Semester 5th, Subject Management. The paper is Business Research Methods, Topic Research Methodology. The subtopic is Research Objectives. I welcome you all in this session. In this session, we are going to talk about very interesting topic, that is research objectives. In research objectives, first we will discuss about introduction part, later meaning of research objectives, uses of research objectives, need for research objectives, types of research objectives, lastly, methods of stating research objectives. Dear students, about introduction of research objectives. A research objective addresses the purpose of the investigation and types of knowledge to be generated out of one's investigation. Looking at the objectives of the research, one can anticipate easily what is to be achieved by this study. A research objective indicates the population of interest, the independent variable, and the dependent variable. In simple terms, research is an organized investigation of the problem. It is organized investigation of a problem where an investigator, means a researcher, attempts to gain solution to a problem. To get the right solution for a problem, clearly defined objectives. Clearly defined objectives are very important. Means, in order to get the right solution, clearly defined objectives are very important. Clearly defined objectives enlighten the way in which the researcher has to proceed. Means, a clearly defined objectives directs a researcher in the right direction. Dear students, in simple words, a clearly defined objectives are important feature of a good research study. Without a clear objective, a researcher, means an investigator, is aimless and directionless in conducting the study, like driving the car without a driver. Without focused objectives, no replicable scientific findings can be expected. This is about introduction. Meaning of research objectives. In simple terms, a research objective is a clear, concise, declarative statement which provides a direction to the investigate the variables. Means, a research objectives is a clear statement, concise statement, declarative statement which provides guidance, directions to investigate the variables. Means, dear students, a research objective is a declarative statements which provides proper direction to investigate the variables. Research objectives are derived from the purpose of the study. In simple words, research objectives describe consciously what the research is trying to achieve. Generally, these research objectives focus on the ways to measure the variables, such as to identify or, or describe them. Sometimes objectives are directed towards identifying the relationship or differences between two variables. Some common synonyms of objective are aim, design, end, object, target, goal, intent, and purpose. Research objectives are the results sought by the researcher at the end of the research process. That is, what the researcher will be able to achieve at the end of the research study. The objectives of a research project summarize what is to be achieved by the study. The objective should be closely related. The objective should be closely related to the statement of the problem. Okay, dear students, this is about meaning of research objectives. The next subtopic is characteristics of research objectives, means features of research objectives. Dear students, a good research objectives possess the following characters. The first character is a research objective is a concrete statement describing what the research is trying to achieve. Here means research objective is a concrete statement explaining what the research is seeking, what the research is trying to achieve, trying to accomplish. This is the first character of research objectives. The second character is a well worded objective will be smart. Means a well known objective should be smart. Here smart stand for specific, means S stands for specific, M stand for measurable, A represents attainable or represents a realistic, T represents time bound. Means specific means clear about what, where, when, and how the situation will be changed. Measurable means able to quantify the targets and benefits. Attainable means able to attain the objectives, means knowing the resources and capacities that the disposal of the community. Or realistic, able to obtain the level of a change reflected in the objectives. Last one, time bound, stating the time period in which they will each be completed or accomplished. Dear students, the third character or character of a research objective is a research objective should be relevant, feasible, logical, observable, observable, unequivocal, and measurable. Means a research objective should be significant, viable, rational, observable, measurable, etc. The fourth character of a research objective is objective is a purpose that can be reasonably achieved within the expected time frame and with the available resources. Means the objective is an aim, the objective is a purpose, the objective is an aim that can be fairly accomplished within the expected within the expected planned within the expected planned time frame and with the available resources. Okay, this is about characteristics of research objectives. Now the next topic is uses of research objectives. Dear students, the following are the main uses of research objectives. The first one is the objective or or research project summarizes what is to be achieved by the study. The next one is the research objectives are the specific accomplishment the researchers hope to achieve by the study. The last one is the objective includes obtaining answers. The objective includes getting answers to research questions or testing the research hypothesis. Okay, these are all the uses of research objectives. The next important topic is need for research objectives. The formulation of research objectives will help the researchers in the following way. Means the first need for research objective is focus on the study. A clearly defined research objective will help the researcher to focus on the study. The formulation of research objectives helps in narrowing down the study to its essentials. It will avoid unnecessary findings which otherwise lead to wastage of valuable resources. The second need is avoid unnecessary data. Means, dear students, the formulation of research objectives helps the researcher to avoid unnecessary accumulation of data. Once again, I will repeat, the formulation of research objectives helps the researcher to avoid unnecessary accumulation of data that is not needed for the chosen problem, that is not essential for the chosen problem. For example, when the researcher is interested in identifying the presence or absence of chosen variables but not in detailed description, he can avoid collection of unwanted information. The third need for research objectives is organization. Dear students, the formulation of objectives organize the study into a clearly defined parts, clearly defined phases. Thus, the objectives help organizing the study results into main parts as per the present objectives. The last need is it gives directions. A well formulated objective will facilitate the development of a research methodology and will help to orient the collection, analysis, interpretation, and utilization of data. Dear students, this is about need for research objectives. And the next topic is types of research objectives. Types of research objectives are very important concept. Here a very important sub concept under research objectives. Dear students, now we will discuss about what are the types of research objectives. Mainly in research work, dear students, we can see two types of research objectives. The first one is general objectives, and the second one is specific objectives. Okay, now we will discuss about the general objectives. See, general objectives are broad goals to be achieved. These general objectives of the study state what the researcher expects to achieve by the study in general terms. And general objectives are usually less in number. Okay, they are less in number compared to uh, uh, specific objectives. And general objectives can be broken into small logically connected parts. Okay, can be broken into small logically connected parts to form specific objectives. The last point in general objectives is the last point in general objective is general objectives is met through accomplishing all these specific objectives. This is about general objectives. Dear students, now we will move on our discussion towards special objectives. Yes, see, special objectives are short term. Okay, they are short term in nature and narrow in focus. Narrow in focus. And these specific objectives are more in number, and they systematically address various aspects of problem as defined under the statement of problem, and is the key factor. It is a key factor, very important factor, that is assumed to influence, that is assumed to pressure, or which causes the problem. And these specific objectives should specify, should tell that what the researcher will do in the study, where, and for what reasons, and for what purpose. See, dear students, now I will explain few examples. Okay, few general objective examples and some specific objective examples by taking a simple research statement. Here, a research statement is effectiveness of planned teaching on the knowledge of staff nurses working in psychiatric units regarding physical restraints for psychiatric patient in selected hospital of Vidarbha region. Okay, this is a research statement. From this research statement, we can draw uh, general objectives and also specific objectives. Means we can frame. See, I will tell here what is the general objective from this statement. The general objective is to assess the knowledge of staff nurses working in psychiatric unit regarding physical restraint. Okay, uh, this is about to the general objective from this statement, research statement. The specific objectives. The specific objectives are to assess the knowledge regarding physical restraints among nurses working in psychiatric unit, to evaluate the effect of planned teaching on physical restraints among nurses, to associate the knowledge with selected demographic variables. These are all the specific objectives. Okay, dear students, this is about um, types of research objectives. Now uh, now we will discuss about methods of stating research objectives. Okay, dear students, see, there are a number of research guidelines, okay, that are evergreen. They don't change and are vital for the success of any research study. A critical component of a successful research engagement is a set of clearly defined and meaningful, okay, clearly defined and meaningful objectives. Having well defined objectives narrows and focuses the research and ensures, okay, and he ensures that findings are relevant to decision maker. And these research objectives drive all the aspects of the methodology, including what instrument design, data collection, and data analysis, and ultimately the recommendations. Okay, uh, dear students, while stating objectives of the study, the following guidelines must be taken care. Okay, means researchers should take care the following guidelines while forming objectives. Okay, while stating objectives of the study, the first point is here: they should be presented briefly and concisely. Means the objectives should be presented briefly and concisely. The second point, objectives should be hierarchical or chronological. Okay, means since the summarize what is to be achieved by the study, and they should be closely related to statement of the problem. The third one is these research objectives should be presented in logical sequence. Means uh, ensure that objectives flow logically from the statement of need and address the problem. The fourth one is they cover the different aspects. Means research objectives covers the different aspect of the problem, and uh, its contributing factors in a coherent way and in a logical sequence. The fifth one is they should be phrased in operational terms. Operational terms means the objectives are clearly phrased in operational terms, specifying exactly what the researcher is going to do, where, and for what purpose. Okay, the sixth one is these research objectives should be realistic in nature. Okay, they means they are realistic considering local conditions. For example, achieved within the expected time frame, achieved within the available resources. Okay, the seventh one is make objectives fall within the range of our results, uh, which are expected to be achieved within the limits of time, limits of money, and human resource available. The eighth guideline is that as far as possible state the objectives in terms, okay, which allow measurements or at least observations of their achievements quantifiable. The ninth one is use action verbs. Okay, use action verbs while framing research objectives. Okay, use action verbs that are specific enough to be evaluated. Okay, means they should be, means research objectives should be use action verbs, okay, that are specific enough to be elected or sorry evaluated or measured. I will tell a few examples of action verbs. Action verbs are to assess, to identify, to find out, to determine, to compare, to find, to verify, and what to calculate, to describe, to analysis, to establish, to investigate, to examine, to explore, to test, to establish, to differentiate, to inquire, to compare, etc. But a researcher must avoid the use of vague non-action verbs such as to appreciate, to understand, or to study. Okay, dear students, uh, dear students, till now we discussed about uh, research objectives, a very very interesting okay topic. In research objectives, we completed introduction of research objectives, later meaning of research objectives, uses the different uses of research objectives, and need for research objectives, types of research objectives, in types of research objectives, general objectives, specific objectives, lastly methods of studying research objectives. Dear students, now it's a time to conclude this session. Okay, uh, the conclusion is, see, from these discussion we can conclude that, see, research objectives research objectives describe uh, uh, consciously, okay, what the research is trying to achieve. They summarize the accomplishments a researcher wishes to achieve through the project and provides direction to the study. See, a research objectives must be achievable. Okay, that is, it must be framed keeping in mind the available time, infrastructure required for research, and other resources. Okay, before forming a research objectives, you should, means a researcher or investigator should read all about all the developments in your area of research and find the gap in knowledge that need to be addressed. This will help, this will especially, see, this will help you come this will help you come up with suitable objectives. Okay, suitable exact objectives for your research work. Okay, dear students, in this slide I have provided different book references. Okay, you can refer these books for further information about research objectives. And along with these book references, I have provided internet internet reference links also. You can search information about research objectives, with the help of these internet reference links. Okay. Mm, thank you all. Have a nice day.